What up, y'all? Marjack79 here. We're back again today with more Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker action. We got the Black Series, Rise of Skywalker Rey. That looking cool. Very excited. Still fresh off of the movie. And we got the Black Series, the Supreme Leader, Kylo Ren. Happy to have this one as well. Was so happy with the movie. Saw it yesterday, man. If you checked out my review yesterday, thank you. Spoiler review is up. If you haven't, check it out, man. This video, or this toy video, is going to be a little bit different, man, because I still want to talk a little bit more about the movie, and I'm going to talk about these action figures a little bit too, but you know, the majority of my commentary is going to be about the movie, man. So I'm just going to do some close-ups of these real quick while we talk about some of the fight scenes and choreography that was in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, man. So definitely it was a really cool each fight scene between Rey and Kylo Ren. I really appreciated them being connected through the Force, and even though they weren't technically in the same place, they could still, you know, they were able to touch each other and still commence in a battle. And the fight scenes in The Rise of Skywalker definitely by far the best in this trilogy of movies. I wouldn't necessarily say that it was better than I still think some of the best lightsaber fights was in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, but this one, definitely with the use of the Force powers, were finally brought to fruition through these two. So, very happy with that. Okay, so another random part of the movie that I wanted to talk about really quick. The return of Han Solo. So, I felt after going through some wonderment and some Force-related Star Wars lore, I'm very confused how he was able to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because he's obviously, Han Solo's not a Force user. I mean, was he just a projection in Ben Solo's mind, or you know, was it just the will of the Force that allowed him to appear for that brief moment and talk to Ben to bring him back to the side of the light, or was it just Ben's Force powers projecting the image in front of him? Yeah, just after some, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the moment, it was beautiful, but after some thought and putting some legitimacy into it, it's like, how did that happen? And Han has never been a Force user, so it was a little bit weird. Oh yeah, something else I wanted to bring up too. So Finn's obsession with Rey, you know, how the dude was like clearly in love with her, and they even like made it a point to troll us. And when they were sinking in that black sand or whatever, and he was like, Rey, I have to tell you something, and then they sunk, and then they were alive and nothing happened, and she was like, what were you gonna tell me? And he was like, it's not important. It's like that was never like elaborated on or explained, or no, they just moved on, and the movie continued and ended, and it never got explained. So thought that was pretty funny. But on the other side of that, like I said, the new homegirl that Finn hung out with the majority of the movie, definitely excited for the future of her character. Definitely I got some feelings that like the last conversation that her and Lando had gave us the inkling that might be some Disney Plus action going on to explore her backstory, maybe. You know, I would be for that. You know, I would definitely watch that, especially if it's made with the same production quality as The Mandalorian. So I would definitely be for that, absolutely. So I also definitely wanted to talk about the old of Palpatine too. It's like, how did he gain all that extra power, man? I know we were talking about maybe his lightning power being amplified by the force storm, I guess. But I just still found it absurd how powerful he was, man. Like, and I don't know. I think like with the final battle, I think I would have preferred maybe a more traditional lightsaber battle. Maybe I feel like that would have been cooler. I mean, the lightning push was cool as well, but I feel like if he would have pulled out some lightsabers and we would have gotten like a final, lightsaber duel, I think that would have had an even bigger impact than what, the final battle had already foretold. So if I had one major gripe about, the fight scenes within the movie, that would definitely be the main one. That dude that was a part of the resistance, God, I can't think of his name at all, but it was the dude that kind of had the Australian accent that just had a random assortment of lines. He was like a mechanic of some sort. He didn't really add anything specific to the story, but he had an absurd amount of lines. I'm pretty sure I've seen that guy on Lost before. Pretty sure, man. I'm just very curious to know why he got that many lines. It's just, yeah, he had to have been friends with the director or something. Or see, he's got to have some ties to Disney, man, because he had a whole lot of lines. I feel like he had more lines than some of the main characters. Like I don't know, jeez, yeah, but he had a whole lot of lines, man, for sure. I do kind of regret that Ben Solo was not able to survive the encounter with bringing Rey back to life, so that kind of made me sad a little bit, even though I guess for story purposes there's probably no way that he was going to be able to coexist within the society of Star Wars after his crimes. It's like, how does a Sith go and live in normal society after coming back? I just don't think it's possible. I mean, I'm sure it is, but I feel like when he immediately get like locked up or something, I feel like that's like obvious, So I don't know, but it would have been cool, maybe if they could have like brought him into hiding, or if he could have like went and just traveled with Rey across the galaxy, fighting and training up new Jedi. I feel like that would have been cool, but it just wasn't meant to be, man. So something that really grinded my gears. How come Kylo Ren, he fixed his mask, and then like he only had it for like a couple of scenes, and then he took that shit off and then never put it back on for like the rest of the movie. That kind of bothered me a little bit. And then like, I don't know, it was weird. There we go. Okay. And plus the fact I'm stupid too. Like, I completely forgot that when how Palpatine got his power boost, and he absorbed the power of Kylo and or Ben and Rey's like love connection per se. So that's how he got the power boost. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I understand it completely. It's something from the Force that we didn't know that even existed. So something cool to formulate story-wise. I mean, I get it, I guess, but need something to perplex the story. Alright. Oh, come on, Ray, come on. Need you to just get back there for a second. But yeah, man, I don't know. But maybe it's just a little bit of lazy storytelling. I think on that part it probably could have been done a little bit better. But it's definitely worth pointing out, though. So I'm sure you've noticed like these are like definitely not like the best figures, but compared to the ones that I had before, they're definitely like godsends. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, look at that! Oh my God, Lord, man, so much better than this one that we got going on here. God, just get the fuck out of here, dude. It's like, yeah. I mean, this one, both of these figures having trouble standing up. Good Lord, man. But definitely, just, God, I can't even keep his fucking cape on, dude. But definitely just better figures just all around, you know. And I'm sure y'all are wondering, like, how come your Ray has two different blue colored lightsabers? Shut the fuck up. I don't care. God, this is from like that old school Disney Store exclusive lightsaber that originally came out years ago. And then it's the other. This is the lightsaber that she actually came with, so it's good enough. I'll eventually get one that matches that one, or like Leia's actual lightsaber, you know. Obviously, both of these are Luke's lightsabers, but I like the look of it. So that's how it's going on the show. So don't judge me. So all right, man. I think it's gonna do it for just the figure portion of the video. This thing doesn't even like okay. It's pointless. Yeah. Cool staff here. You know, I was thinking of like trying to pose these behind these here, but God, good God Almighty, it just looks like just oh God, you son of a Lord. That looks so bad. So no, this one's retired, and that Kylo's retired, dude. That's, yeah, Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, let's get him on the shelf, and then we'll finish out here. Yeah. All right, man, and we're back, and now we have our new Rey and our new Kylo Ren on the shelf here. I'm really liking that next to this goofy looking Finn here. Yeah. I just it was definitely a time for replacements for those two particular figures. I was thinking about maybe trying to put the old ones behind them, but those face sculpts, man, it's just, I hate them. It was time to retire them and just move on with the shelf life, man. So it's too. So as always, thanks everybody for watching. You can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's cool. Overall, look at the Star Wars shelf here. Got some Disney Infinity action, just some mini figs here, you know. Nothing too extravagant. Of course, my holy grail there, the Mandalorian Carbonite. Still loving that. God, fucking Captain Phasma, Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, definitely happy with that, even with the two different colors of the blade lightsaber. I say let's finish out with some lightsaber action, man. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.